Good evening, I'm Sonia Kalaiselvam and this is KiniNews. Sabah's Umno Wings has called for Hajiji to resign over the alleged Sabah scandal. Sabah Wanita Umno also demanded that an RCI be set up to probe the claims.
Sabah Umno Wings have come out to demand Chief Minister Hajiji Noor's resignation. This came following a whistleblower exposé alleging several state leaders were involved in corruption. In a statement today, Sabah Wanita Umno said, Hajiji must tender his resignation to ensure the state administration remains transparent and with integrity. Its chief Noorani Edris said they also call for the formation of a royal commission of inquiry to probe the management of Sabah's natural resources comprehensively. Meanwhile, apart from Hajiji's resignation, Sabah Umno Youth Chief Sufyan Abdul Karim also urged the Sabah mineral management to be investigated thoroughly and independently. In a post on Facebook, he said the details of the investigation must be made public to ensure Sabahans continue to have faith in the administration. After weeks of sending footage alleging that several Sabah state leaders were engaged in corruption, the whistleblower yesterday leaked 7 full videos on the matter to Malaysia Kini for publishing. Previously, Hajiji claimed that the videos were aimed at discrediting and weakening his government. He vowed full cooperation with the MACC, but insisted that the whistleblower, whose motives he questioned, be arrested and investigated.
Still on the topic, one of the Sabah representatives implicated in the alleged scandal gave his statement to the MACC about the video. He also claimed that the video release was not the full recording and appeals to favor the whistleblower's claims.
Saya ingin meminta dan merayu kepada pihak pengadu supaya membekalkan satu video yang lengkap kepada pihak SPRM, datang sendiri kepada SPRM, karena pengamatan saya video yang dipertontonkan oleh pihak SPRM seolah-olah telah disunting ataupun diedit, karena ada perkataan-perkataan ataupun perbincangan yang tidak termasuk di sana, dan cerita itu berpihak kepada si pengadu. Sebagai contoh, saya nampak di dalam video itu saya kurang handsome, padahal kalau kira betul saya handsome daripada yang ada di video tersebutlah. Jadi untuk kepada penyokong-penyokong dan rakyat saya di Don Kuamut, kita tenang saja di posisi, kita terus melangkah dan kita akan tetap kelaga.
To read the full story, head to malaysiakini.com. You can subscribe by scanning the QR code on the screen. Head to Kinitv.com or to our YouTube channel to watch the full video.
Masdi Manjun, another Sabah lawmaker who was implicated, also gave his statement to the MACC. Masdi revealed that he went unprompted to the MACC at 8 p.m. yesterday.
Sabah Finance Minister Masdi Manjun voluntarily went to the MACC last night to give a statement. This is after a whistleblower released a video of a conversation with Masdi and his aide about what is alleged to be a 300,000 ringgit bribe. In a statement yesterday, Masdi said he went to the Kota Kinabalu MACC office at 8 p.m. to give a statement about the video. He said his visit to the MACC office is to help with the investigation and as a sign of his support to their efforts to combat corruption in this state. He added that he would cooperate fully in the investigation of this matter. In the video released yesterday, Masdi had agreed with the whistleblower that the latter's application for a mineral exploration license should be placed on the back burner because mining projects had become controversial. They then appear to acknowledge that 300,000 ringgit had been exchanged. In the same video, the business person met the minister's aide, who confirmed that it had been given. The aide then asks the whistleblower to reserve 1 million ringgit. When contacted by Malaysia Kini last night, Masdi claimed he was in the dark about the 1 million ringgit request. Meanwhile, the aide said the allegation was vile slander and he did not see anything that was given. He also claimed that the full video had been edited and did not tell the real story.
Najib Abdul Razak's 1MDB trial continued today with his testimony at the Kuala Lumpur High Court. Let's take a look at what he said.
Former Premier Najib Abdul Razak has rebutted the prosecutor's claims that he abused power to receive nearly $20 million gratification in 2011. The former chairperson of 1MDB's board of advisors testified today that the allegation is baseless and absurd because the three alleged true masterminds ran off with hundreds of millions of dollars linked to 1MDB. Najib told the Kuala Lumpur High Court that fugitive business persons Joe Low and Tarek Obaid used hundreds of millions they looted to acquire multi-million-dollar properties, luxury jewelry, and other extravagant items. He said, yet the prosecution claims that while he held the two most powerful positions as the Prime Minister and Finance Minister, respectively, he would jeopardize his political career and reputation, built over 40 years, to commit a criminal act for the sake of receiving around $10 million on two separate occasions. He said this is a desperate claim by them that only fools would believe. Dismissing the case against him as politically motivated, Najib said the main culprits orchestrated the elaborate deception without his involvement. He added that the court did not mention him as a participant in the fraudulent transactions or as a recipient of any laundered funds. Najib was testifying in the trial of the 2.27 billion ringgit 1MDB abuse of power and money laundering case against him.
Siti Mastura lost a defamation suit over her claims that three DAP leaders were related to Chin Peng. The court ordered her to pay the three a total of 750,000 ringgit in damages.
The Georgetown High Court has ruled in favor of three DAP leaders in their defamation suit against PAS MP Siti Mastura Mohammed. This is over her claims linking Lim Kit Siang, DAP chairperson Lim Guan Eng, and Sapute MP Teresa Kok to the late Communist Party of Malaya Supremo Chin Peng. The DAP leaders' counsel Sankara Nair said the judge had ordered Siti Mastura to pay a total of 750,000 ringgit in damages to the DAP trio. Sankara said the three successfully proved the statement made by Siti Mastura is defamatory, and she had also failed to prove her defense of justification, fair comment, and qualified privilege. Additionally, he said an injunction was granted to stop her from repeating the statement. In the verdict, the judge said Siti Mastura's remarks during a 2023 speech in Kemaman, Terengganu, and circulated on social media were defamatory and lacked evidence. The judge added that Siti Mastura acted with malice and her defense of fair comment did not hold water. On November 4th last year, Siti Mastura alleged during a speech that the trio were related to former CPM leader Chin Peng and Singapore's first Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew. The DAP leaders had filed defamation suits against her on November 29th last year.
Zahid said the government will continue to give aid directly to flood victims. He said the government follows the concept of colour blindness in assisting flood victims regardless of area.
Deputy Prime Minister Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the government will continue to provide assistance directly to flood victims through relevant agencies rather than via elected representatives. He said the National Disaster Management Agency, the Implementation Coordination Unit of the Prime Minister's Department, and other agencies have been providing equal assistance. Zahid added that the Social Welfare Department and various NGOs also provided assistance. According to Bernama, he said, God willing, their presence at the flood site, especially at the temporary relief centers, has sufficiently eased the anger of flood victims when they saw that no elected representatives had come down to the ground. Zahid also called on assemblypersons and MPs to come down to help them with ways they know best, because they must care for their respective voters. He said the government adhered to the concept of colorblindness in assisting flood victims regardless of area. He also urged the federal and state governments to work together in this regard for the welfare of all affected people. Yesterday, Machang MP Wan Ahmad Faisal Wan Ahmad Kamal requested that the government allow financial assistance to be channeled directly to elected representatives in flood-affected areas to prevent delays in victims receiving the aid.
That is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTv.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. I'm Sonia Kalaiselvam. Thanks for watching.